Hey guys, this is Food for Thought. So, if you haven't watched the latest What's So Funny, go watch it and I'll wait. Oh, you're still here. Cool. So, man, this year started out, well, like I said, if you've watched the latest What's So Funny, you saw how my year started. It started out pretty crazy, but honestly, I'm not really surprised because, of the choices I decided to make were kind of crazy. But honestly, 6 months into comedy, soon to be 7, that's honestly crazy. I honestly also wanted to say what I wanted to think of what I want to do for, my year, what I'm going to do for my year. I don't know yet. I was thinking about it, do I have a plan for my year of doing comedy? And then I know I was talking to Nancy. She wants me to set up my own, venue kind of, my own setup of, comedy, and, that's really cool. I want to set up my own showcase. That's what it was called. Oh my god, I had a brain fart. Yeah, I'm telling you, that last one at the Funny Farm and, forgot the English language. Oh my god, that was horrible. But, yeah, my own showcase. I really do want to do my own showcase. That would be really cool. Not gonna lie, that would be really cool. I don't realistically see that happening, though, until after I move. I can't commit to it until after that, probably. So probably after my year anniversary. That might be my year anniversary thing. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like a year anniversary thing. That'd be kind of cool. Because just with everything in the move, I just feel like that's a lot to throw on my shoulders right now. Not even gonna lie. That just seems like a lot to throw on my shoulders. Plus, I know somebody wants me to talk about a photography or a videography gig, and then just yeah, it's a lot. I'm about to throw that on my shoulders, which I'm fine with. And yeah, just, I don't mind. I don't mind all the things I'm about to put on myself, because it's stuff that I like. I like doing photography. I like doing videography. I like doing comedy. Again, it's stuff that I like. It's and I can put that within my work. The thing is, I'm about to do a 4-day thing with work, so that's going to play a big part. Luckily, I gotta remember to tell Nancy. It's just a lot of moving bits and pieces, and just, yeah. The one good thing about Food for Thought, which I've said this before and I'll say it again, is that I get a little more intimate with Food for Thought because it says a lot about the feelings. I could share feelings in What's So Funny, but that's just more about the day-to-day of what I'm doing, how I'm doing, and all that. But Food for Thought is really food for thought. What I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, and just getting into the intimate part of everything I just talked about and how I actually feel about it. Not just boom, 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 day-to-day, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going to be, blah, 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 blah. I have 20 minutes of that. Food for Thought is 10 minutes of just how I feel and genuinely how I feel about what I just talked about for 20 minutes, And that's the thing, is that I like Food for Thought for that reason. That's why I started Food for Thought. And the cool part is, and I don't tell this a lot because I kind of want it to be spontaneous, the way I record it, but in all honesty, I record What's So Funny and immediately record Food for Thought, so everything's kind of fresh in my head, which is why when I do record it, it takes about 30 minutes, because one's 20, one's 10, so 30 minutes. Sorry, I gotta have time. But I also had a lot going on to where I wanted current events going on, so that's why it took so long to even record this Food for Thought and this What's So Funny. Otherwise, I could have recorded it about a week ago. And then I got, snowed in, so I could have even done it then. Are you kidding me? I didn't leave my video game Xboxing and whatnot, so yeah, no, I didn't leave the upstairs 3rd floor. Of course, this is kind of the area that I record Food for Thought and What's So Funny, which is literally my couch, because it's a white wall, so if I ever wanted to add anything post-production, I could add it to that white wall. Do I ever? No. Why? Not gonna lie, I'm just lazy and I don't want to. But I could if I really wanted to. I do know how. Do I do it, though? No. But when I'm doing videography for people and I need to edit stuff, I can, which I need to figure out how to, because that's the thing I am gonna have to figure out how to, probably. Which I'm very nervous about. Not gonna lie. Somebody wants me to do a project for them, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me very nervous. It does. It makes me very nervous. It's a video project that I'm very nervous about. I am so nervous about. That's gonna go in Food for Thought for sure. That's Hotto. I usually stop the animals from barking and or the cats from meowing, but I can't really stop them from going to the window. But yeah, so, but other than that, that's just been everything that I've talked about is pretty much what's been going on, and honestly, it's been going really great. Obviously, comedy has its ups and downs. It really does. Like, the one day we were coming back we were at a bar hanging out, and this one drunk guy, and I have to say he's drunk because he really was, he goes, "You weren't very funny." And I looked at him like, okay. And then this other person came up to me, and I really don't know what their deal was, but they grabbed me from behind like that. And I froze. I literally froze because they had me in chokehold. Here's the thing, I have PTSD, so I lost all functionality, because when your hands go here, I freeze because I want to naturally back kick you and punch you and elbow strike you. Problem was, I was in front of all my comedy friends and everything. I didn't want to make a scene, so my instant reaction was to freeze up. And they got me from behind too, so it's not gonna look like that. It was like from behind, and it scared the absolute shit out of me, and I froze. I like absolutely froze. And then we were at another bar, and a glass fell from above us, and it shattered. And I disassociated from my friends from the first time. And yeah, that was, it was weird because I had never really disassociated in front of my comedy friends before. I wouldn't say it was embarrassing, because honestly, it's something that I do. But because I never done it in front of my comedy friends before, it was confusing. I didn't really know how to explain it, and then I kind of came to, and I didn't really play it off. I didn't know I was disassociating, but then when I came to it, I figured it out. I'm like, that's just me. When stuff like that happens, I disassociate. And I didn't feel like I had to explain myself, because they were all really cool with it. They didn't get afraid. They didn't leave. They didn't make fun of me. And that was something I was not used to. I won't lie. I was not used to people not making fun of me for it. And that really felt good, was having a group of friends who didn't make fun of you for something that you were made fun of before in the past. And that was something that made me feel really good. So having the good group of friends that I do have through comedy, and I say through comedy because I have met a lot of friends over the years, and I've lost a lot of friends over the years, it does feel good. I have a really good group of friends offline that I talk to every day, and I really, really appreciate them. But the comedy friends that I see, they're just as great, and that's the thing. It's really, it makes you feel good knowing that with all kind of your flaws, it doesn't scare them away. And that's always been my biggest fear, is I'm gonna scare them away with shit that's wrong with me, and and we joke about it a lot, and that's what makes me feel really good. So, but that's your food for thought for the day. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.